Longhairs, welcome to another episode of Let It Ride. Here we talk long hair and business, advocate for hair quality, and celebrate men's long manes with hair whips and high fives. If you're a guy with long hair,
you're in the right place. I'm Sean Horton, a.k.a. Elefante, creative director of the Longhairs, and I'm sitting alongside our media producer and one of my longtime friends, Garv, a.k.a. El Garvinsky.
What up, what up? Who do we got in the house today, Elefante?
Before I introduce our guest, I want to remind you guys that not every guy needs to be a hair expert, but there's a few things that every guy with long hair needs to know. Things like washing frequency, brushing technique, how to deal with the naysayers, and much more over at Quick Tips. This is our free guide on the basics of hair care, and you can sign up at the link in the description. Today on Let It Ride, we have the co-founder of one of the newest and arguably best burger joints in town, Hayes Burger. Serving up simple yet ludicrously delicious flat top burgers, Jimmy fries, with a side of spicy habanero ketchup right up the street here in Barrio Logan.
Saucy.
He's an extremely talented artist with pen and ink, creating intricate drawings reminiscent of architectural drawings populated with animals, monsters, and everyday tableaus as if looking at a hand-drawn freeze frame of some version of Blade Runner.
Sick.
A former architecture student turned burger mogul. He has curated art shows and fed countless paying customers as well as many in need around the neighborhood. You may have seen him featured on the blog in such articles as long curly hairstyles for men and in our ads promoting the aforementioned Quick Tips. He hails all the way south of the border in Mexicali, which is really not that far. He's a surfer, a skater, a painter, a tastemaker, and a guy with great hair. He is Ernesto Villanueva.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yo,
Welcome to the show.
Neto, you are now letting it ride. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, man. It's a pleasure. First time that I do a podcast, but hey, there's a first time for everything.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
That's shocking. That
Yes, sir.
It's shocking that this is your first podcast.
I'm ready, man, to talk shit.
All right, let's talk shit. Well, let's start. Let's go back to childhood, man. Where did you grow up, and what were your interests?
So I was born in San Diego, and the reason I guess like for my parents, me and my brothers being born in San Diego was to get dual citizenship. I guess there was like a thing that they thought like, oh, like when you grow up, like it will be cool. You could have like property either side of the border, you know. I don't know. Maybe that's how they thought about it. But
Yeah.
I grew up in Mexicali and went to school there and decided to go to school, like architecture school here in San Diego. And that's how I ended up like settling over here.
Okay, so you were kind of bouncing back and forth. So you went to high school in Mexicali?
I went to high school in Mexicali and I did junior and senior in El Centro, California.
Okay, where?
Which is not that
Raleigh
far.
or Central High?
No, El Centro. No, it was a Southwest High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very hot hot place to go,
Super hot
to live. It's really hot, but very cool people come out of like El Centro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody I meet from the Imperial Valley in general is like just quality, salt of the earth people.
It's funny, but like it's also like, oh, we made it out too.
Yeah, yeah. My dad's from El Centro. He grew up
Yeah.
out there, and everybody I meet is always just so great. So, how did you get into architecture? So you went to you finished high school in El Centro. You came out here and enrolled in architecture school.
Yeah, as my parents, they're both architects.
Okay.
And I didn't actually growing up didn't have the slight kind of idea of what they were doing at work. But as I grew, when I was in high school, I was always drawing. I was doing like cartoons, like robots was my thing, just drawing like any type of robot. And I wanted to be first like a cartoonist. And then my mom was like, "Oh man, like you're not gonna make any money with that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, I'll be an industrial designer." I wanted to draw cars, right?
Okay.
And then I don't know, like it just came to me like, oh, but what about architecture? I mean, I can draw buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I ended up going for it. Went to like Mesa College, then ended up at Woodbury University, which is I don't know if it's closed or it's about to close. I have no idea.
It's always kind of a ghost town over there.
Yeah, and I got out, and that's how I got into like, what was the question again?
Just architecture. How you
Yeah,
got
architecture,
into it?
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
And so I got into it, and then I really nerded out about buildings, and I even traveled just to look at like a certain buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
That was really cool. It's like the people that I met in my while going through like to school. It was great. You know, like I'm still friends with a bunch of people there. Like, we still hang out, and it's cool to like find people that you can share your ideas with, or even like talk shit about buildings. You know, like that's an ugly building. Like which developer, like who thought of this?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the materials, everything, like color schemes, like what?
Yeah.
You know, but
We won't name any names. So you went to architecture school, but you didn't become an architect. What's up with that?
okay, so yeah, that thing, like that sucks, dude. So so you end up doing like what, like you want to say like 5 years of schooling?
Yeah.
I did like 7 because I was like I went to Mesa College. I was trying to get like all these classes. Ended up spending like 2 extra years, you know, just doing academic stuff. And then you finish school, and then you owe all this money, and then you still have to pass 5 tests. They are very difficult. They're not easy.
Yeah.
And each test is like $300. I don't know how much they are right now. And then if you fail, like you have to do it again and again, and
You got to pay for it. Again.
it's a long process to get accredited as an architect. And even most of the people that go to architecture school, they never get the stamp, they call it, where you're able to stamp as an architect. And also, what is it, like the AIA, is like the American Institute of Architects? Those guys are the guys in charge of accrediting you with the, let's call it your title. Let's call it like architect, right? And I don't know, man. I always thought that they were kind of like a mafia type of. They just make money out of like people, you know, and they don't. I don't know. I was just not into that.
Yeah.
And it kind of like soured like the whole. I want to be an architect and design beautiful buildings and fun buildings and crazy buildings, but no, it's AIA thing, you know. So I was like,
Yeah, that damn stamp.
And I try to pass a test, but
Yeah.
they're difficult, man. And I only have one friend who actually finished all of them.
Could you go back, or is it? I mean, you'd have to prepare again. Does that even interest you at all?
So you have to record your hours of work. Let's say I think they had like you have to do like I don't know if it was 1,000 or 2,000 hours of certain areas where you like for example in structures, engineering, documentation. I can't remember what were those, but you kind of have to separate what you do, and then you record them, and then an architect has to sign them off and then send them to them. I don't know,
see.
It's lame.
What is there anything from architecture school and like the stuff that you learned that you still use today?
Definitely. I think that architecture school gave me a lot of like cool tools that you just use every day, like from looking at structures to looking at buildings. Even when I draw something, just see the lines, line weights, quality of materials. Like you're always looking at that stuff, you know. I don't know. I think it's architecture. It's everything is designed. Like it has a design, right?
Yeah.
And you're always looking at like, oh, how do they make this? How do they make that? It's kind of like putting yourself in the mind of who designed this, how they designed it. And I feel like school gave me that, like putting myself in other people's shoes. Just how can I design this, or what were they thinking when they designed that, you know, or created something.
Yeah.
What do you think of our design here at the HQ?
Well, I think that's nice, man. I like fake bricks, you know,
Like,
and
what is
fake
this?
grass.
Chintzy. Oh, that's funny. Has that inspired at all your like the work that you're producing now on the art side?
Yeah, definitely. So I think it's something that is very difficult still, you know, to me. When I draw, I think about, I'm always trying to be original about what I'm drawing, and sometimes it comes to a point like I don't have anything right now in my head. I could just draw anything, like a face,
Literally anything. You could
anything,
draw anything.
and it's a face. Like it's nothing that excites me about this drawing other than it's a really well made, well drawn face, right?
Yeah.
And but now I try to look at settings, look at areas, look at doors, look at electrical details and things that I just populate my head with and create like a street scene.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's all made up, you know. But it's just things that you see every day, and you're kind of, as long as you can, for example, like if you think about a tire, you can draw it in any angle. If you've seen you probably see a tire every day.
Yeah.
So like if you can rotate it inside your head, just kind of like when you're working on 3D with architecture stuff, you can just draw it, like take a snapshot of that like while you're rotating into your head, and just draw that. And I kind of try to do like funky angles of things.
Yeah. And then you throw in little details on the tire, like maybe it'll have like a patch, like an X patch of tape.
Yeah, like you wear off things.
Yeah.
Like you make them real.
Yeah.
Because it could just be like a line with no detail, right? Like it has no fill or nothing. But as long as you put texture in it, or things that might happen to that tire, like it could be a Band-Aid that's on the side, or like a nail that's sticking to it, you know?
Yeah.
But those little details, I've always noticed that people kind of like them.
Oh, yeah.
They're like Easter eggs or something.
That's tight.
Yeah. So another thing you take a lot of inspo from is like 80s and 90s sci-fi. Like movies like Alien and
that's my favorite.
Right?
Full detail.
Yeah.
So
man.
what's the fascination with like older sci-fi movies?
Okay, dude, check this out. I'm gonna nerd out about Alien.
Okay,
right?
go for it.
Nerd out with us here.
But,
Open door.
like, on the first movie, it came out in 1979.
Yeah.
And it has aged like perfectly. The details, that like the plumbing details in those hallways, alleyways inside the spaceship, all that stuff fascinated me. Like,
Wow.
I was just like you know, in love with who made all this stuff, you know, and it was just for like a scene, you know.
Yeah.
And so I liked that it was like a dirty ship, like it was not like a clean, like nice, you know, like spaceship. It was just all worn out. Like these guys are like kind of like space truckers that they're just trying to get home and like go home and get paid.
Yeah.
But there's this alien inside that we don't know how to deal with it, you know.
Yeah.
And that thing just like it's one of the first movies that I remember like watching and being 100% scared. I had nightmares about alien like busting through my chest. And I didn't want to watch that movie, but then like the second one came out, like I mean, like I wasn't there when it came out, but like I saw the second one later and I was like, holy shit, like it's like Vietnam in space.
Yeah.
You know, it's so sick.
Yeah.
And kind of like all that stuff, like robots, space, like spaceships, soldiers with like kind of like gear and stuff. Like I was drawing those characters when I was in first, second grade.
Yeah.
And like because of the movies, like I always loved watching movies and going to the movies. And my dad liked science fiction movies. Like he was always his favorite movie was 2001: Space Odyssey, which now is like my top 5.
Yeah.
It's 68 or 69? It was like 2 years before we made it to the moon, like when that movie came out, and it looks incredible.
Yeah.
You know.
Looks like they knew.
So like, like even the model making, because everything is like scale models, and they look great. Like everything was cool, and even in architecture is cool when you do like models and stuff. Like, oh hell yeah, you know, kind of like the stuff that I used to see on movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Now
That's
they use
cool.
CGI, but
Yeah. So that's kind of like I want to say like the darker influence. But you also have kind of this more lighthearted, cartoony side of some of your work, where you're kind of drawing like light, airy, like surf kind of inspired stuff too. So surf culture is obviously something that interests you too.
it's something that I never thought that I would be doing, like as somebody from like Mexicali, like from the desert.
landlocked. Yeah.
Like when I was here when I came to San Diego, like the first year, dude, I was here for like 1 year and I never went to the ocean. And I was kind of like thinking about like going back to Mexico. I was like, I don't know if San Diego's my the place that I kind of want to stay. But then because I was skating at that time, and then I realized like, whoa, like surf is kind of like skating. I'm gonna try it out. I'll see what's up.
Without
And
eating on concrete, right?
it hurts less, but like it's also way scarier. Like it depends.
Yeah.
Depends what you're doing out
But
there, yeah.
there's situations where like it could get really scary. Like whether it's like there's a large crowd and it's big,
Yeah.
or like people that just don't know what they're doing in the water.
Yeah.
And also big waves. Like sometimes when you eat it, when you get caught up like in the inside and it's big, it's just
For sure,
Yeah.
man.
it's scary, man.
Yeah,
It's
cut it by fins, your leash, like all the different factors.
when you're bored tombstones, like you're getting dragged down
Oh,
and your
yeah.
board is kind of like sticking
Oh, yeah.
out of
Uh-huh.
water. Oh, that has happened to me one time. It was scary, man. Yeah.
Yeah, surfing's no joke, dude. It's been years since I've surfed, but yeah, there's been plenty of times where I've been held under longer than I would have liked.
But yeah, like I said, I was like, it's something that I never thought I would be doing. And once I started doing it, I will see other people surf. Like I always have like an approach of, if I do something, like don't be a poser,
Yeah.
or like try to learn as much as you can and then go about your way with
Yeah.
that. And so like the first sessions that I was going to surf, I was just watching people.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to stay as much away as possible
Yeah.
and see how they paddling and stuff. Later, my friends, they like one of my best friends, like he surfs, and he was like, dude, I'll come with me. I'll show you like some stuff and blah, blah, and whatnot. And then eventually I became a good surfer, I guess, like a decent surfer. And I never thought that I would have gotten like to that level.
Yeah.
Like I would see, I was watching like when I was like observing people how to surf, and so I was like, damn, look at that guy. He's got it. He knows what to do. He's catching all the waves. Like it would be nice if I could be able to catch all those waves.
Yeah.
And I thought it was something that was like way far, like down the line, like something I would probably never achieve.
Yeah.
And like right now, it's like every time I go surf, like I catch waves. And
Yeah.
it's fun, and I feel like I kind of got into like that space that I never thought I would be in.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, like, I never thought I would be doing this,
Mhm.
but once you get the hang of it, like this is the sickest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like you feel like you got into something that was like way better than what you expected. You know?
That's rad, dude.
Yeah.
So when did burgers come into the picture?
It's kind of funny, I think, because so my business partners, they had the idea of doing creating a restaurant, and they were like my homies, right, my friends, and I was hanging out with them while they were like trying to develop an idea for something, right? And I was doing architecture at that time, so I was like, hey, if you guys need anything with the plans, let me know, blah blah. And one day they asked me like, hey, do you want to join the burger, we're gonna do burgers, right? We're gonna like diner style burgers. And I was like, yeah, I'll think about it, it's a nice offer, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's cool. And then like the next day I was at work and sitting in a computer for like 8 hours just thinking about, this could be different,
Yeah.
right? But I don't know what that is yet. I've never worked in a restaurant, and not necessarily that I mean, burgers were not even like a thing that I was like, yeah, let's go get burgers,
Yeah.
right? But I like the idea. I was like, dude, this is like super like punk rock shit. Like, I don't know, like having a burger shop, like,
Yeah.
and working with the homies there and like saying dumb shit all day and
Yeah.
having a laugh.
Yeah.
And then I was in my computer, right? Like thinking about all these things. And I was like, yeah, man, like that would be sick. I think I should sell my car. And then I got into like that idea, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
And then I'm not kidding, like when I got involved, like when I told my friends, yeah, man, let's do it. Let's sign whatever I have to do.
Yeah.
How much money do I need and all that. And when I got into the burger thing, like a month later, I got fired. And I was like, holy shit, I don't have money.
From your old job? Or
Yeah, well,
okay.
yeah.
You were like interning at an architecture firm or something? Or,
Well, it was
or-
not intern. Like I was already hired, but how firms sometimes they work is that, okay, you're hired, and then
Yeah.
you're doing your job and it's cool and all, and then if they don't get a project that they were waiting for, like the first person that they hire, like
Yeah.
the last person that they hired, they'll be like, I'm sorry, man, but we gotta lay you off. Like,
Ugh.
shit. So I mean, I didn't get fired, I got laid off,
Yeah.
which is the same thing. I think.
100%.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Technicality.
Yeah, and then I was like going to the train with my bicycle and all my stuff from the office that I was supposed to take that I had to take home. Just like sat like, dude, I only have like money for like 1 month, like to pay like the next month's rent, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And I just had to find another job while I was working with the burgers. I was also doing the plans for the burgers, And then I got another job, and then with that job, I quit. I quit that job, and I was like, dude, I can't stand you. Like this job, like this work environment is just, I don't think it's for me, and I think I'm just gonna go and work for minimum wage in the burger shop. And I did that, and see, like when you go to school and you think like, instead of like I should be doing architecture instead of like washing dishes and taking orders, you think that like you lowered yourself or something. But at that time I was like, no, this is something that I don't know what's going to happen, but it's cool, and I'm doing it with my friends, and that's how I got involved in it.
Yeah. And so you started as an employee.
Yeah.
Got you.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm still an employee, you know, and I don't know, man. I love working there. It's really fun, and our employees, everybody is the coolest.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody is really cool. We're all having a good time. Sometimes we hang out, you know, and even like my business partners, I gotta give, dude, like all the credit to them. Like to create a restaurant, it's difficult. Man.
Yeah.
I didn't know how difficult it was going to be, and even like the little problems and things that come with that. A business, a restaurant, food availability, covering hours, like all the stuff that I never thought that I would be doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, not only the little challenges, but then there's like the massive challenge that everyone sort of faced in 2020, which is when you guys opened, right?
Yeah.
Was it beginning of 2020 or end
It
of
was
2019?
so COVID was 2020, right? Like February of 2020.
February, March, yeah.
March, actually. Yeah, end of March.
The
End of March,
official
right?
shutdown, yeah,
Right,
was
right,
in
yeah.
March.
No, because I remember that like December, people were talking about it, like in 2019.
Yeah.
Like there's this virus, right?
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
all right, cool. And then like by February, you're like, okay, it's here, it's in the U.S., right?
Yep.
And then it's only like 18 cases, and then next thing you know, like, okay, by we opened in April, right? That was our first day.
April of 2020.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I think that like we were just waiting for one stamp from the what's the name of the agency?
Health.
Health, yeah, like the health department.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting on that, and I remember that the guy came in, the inspector, and he had a mask on, and like that was kind of like the first time that I saw people with like wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think this is gonna be one of the last stamps that we're gonna give because we're gonna shut down like parts of the city and all this and stuff. And I was like, damn,
Yeah.
we made it after 3 years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden.
We barely made it. You know, like it could have been like a whole extra year of
Yep.
paying rent. Well, I guess like they were helping you paying rent, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what would have happened, but
Yeah.
we're like, dude, we gotta open. Like we don't have like anything else other than just opening and figure out what happens.
Yeah. And you guys had to go immediately into like carry out and delivery, right?
Yeah,
Because they weren't letting you serve in person.
No, it was closed at first. Like, it was only like takeout. Then they said that it was okay to do dine in, and then no, and then yes, and then no,
And then you had to get the outdoor thing.
at a certain point, even like all the restaurants were like, dude, I don't even know what's like whether you can or you cannot. Like, I don't know right now, but I'm just letting people.
We gotta make money. We gotta open.
Yeah.
We got
You gotta
employees
freestyle,
that
man.
need hours and.
Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking nightmare, dude.
Dude, it's like the first 3 months were probably one of the most difficult things that I have to do, like work wise, because we close Mondays and Tuesdays now, but when we were open Monday to Sunday,
Yeah.
and it was 3 employees, me and my other 2 business partners, and we were working, all of us, from 7 a.m. till like probably 11 o'clock at night
Brutal.
for 3 months every day. Like nonstop, and it was like every day felt like I went to Disneyland and I walked for like 8 hours. and I was like, is this gonna be this way forever?
Yeah.
It has changed, and then like you start getting used to it. Like it's not even bad anymore, but like at the beginning I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
like this is brutal, you know?
Yeah.
So Hayes has a very specific look and aesthetic and vibe. Is that something that you guys had kind of curated and assembled, or is that just a natural sort of like all your guys' tastes
I
kind
feel
of
like,
combined?
I feel like it was organic, because we we rented the spot and we built it, and as we were building it, we did art shows there too, and we saw like people coming in, looking at the place, looking at the artwork that was hanging there at that time, and we kind of thought that it's just gonna kind of take like an organic approach to everything, like the stuff that we hang, like all the paintings that we have, all the toys and everything. It was just people brought them to us, or whenever I'm walking and I see something cool, like this will look cool at the shop. But there's no like the aesthetic or like I guess like image. Is there's really no image.
It's just you guys.
It's just it's like if you're in your apartment, like like if you're like a hoarder or something, like I'm just gonna take this to my apartment.
Yeah,
just leave it in a corner somewhere.
Yeah. I like the way this looks.
Yeah, and it kind of like took that initiative, like how we did that with a place, and we always get people. I love when people are like, "Hey, can I bring like one of my pieces and like hang it here?" Yeah, man. Like, or when people play music, they come outside. Hey, can we? Do I have to talk to someone to play? Like, dude, go out, have at it, man. Set up whatever you think it's gonna be cool, you know. And it's I like the organic aspect of that, like not even taking yourself kind of like too serious, you know. Also, it's more fun, you know.
Totally, it's got character.
Yeah, like if you have to be like, oh no, we shouldn't do this. It's supposed to be this way. No, like we figure out as we go, and I feel like I don't know, maybe like people kind of like see that, or maybe they sense that, and I think it's cool, you know. It's
a very organic, eclectic collection of things, just a bunch of things in there, you know.
Yeah, it's things, water leaks, but like it's the way that how it looks. Even like there was a guy who used to live like across the street from Haysburger. You remember Jose, right?
Of course, yeah.
And he will always bring us toys or things. Yes, rest in peace. And he'll always bring us toys or little artifacts, things that he would just be like finding on the street. And we just like hang him there, you know. And like, oh, this is cool. Like he brought like the ET with like the tricycle, the one that we have like hanging on the ceiling. That was his idea. You know, like the ET thing, like the image of like the kid on the bicycle.
Yep.
That was his whole idea. And then like every time that there's like a kid with his mom and they go in order, like, oh look, mom, there's like an ET there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. So that kind of leads me to another question. Like, you guys have been known to take care of a lot of the folks around the neighborhood who, you know, either live in the park or around the park or in the neighborhood. Is that a core value of the company, or is that just something that's kind of innate, like to you guys? You just have this desire to kind of care for people.
It's how I would say, like when we opened the restaurant, I kind of had like I said, I learn every day new things, right? I'm always learning, and I thought at first like, hey, like so. Like we have to sell everything. We have to charge this price and all because that's gonna make the business good and all. But when people are hungry and they're like, dude, I don't have money, and like you have a restaurant behind you with a bunch of food, and it's like, hey, do you want a burger? Like, yeah, why not? You know, I felt like it was something like very human, like you know, awesome, just like if you don't have money, like, I'll give you food, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, food's gonna be left over. Like there's gonna be leftovers.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be food. Like we're not even we don't even know how much is, you know. And at the end of the day, like when the restaurant is closed and like we close forever, that's when we're gonna know. Damn, like we probably wasted a lot of food, you know.
Yeah.
But if like it's just like I feel like it's like the right thing to do, you know.
Yeah.
Like because it's people that like, dude, like you can't be hungry like walking on the streets, you know, and it's hard for some people, and at least that helps a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Or even like they take the food and they exchange it for something else that they need with other people, you know, like.
Hell yeah.
And it's cool too, you know. It's currency.
Yeah. Food is currency.
Burgersy.
When
Burgency.
So you guys, I mean, it would appear that you guys have been very successful over the last 3-ish years.
That's 3-ish.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you think has been the biggest driver behind the success of Haysburger?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, if you could, put a name to it.
Yeah, like let me.
Besides
think.
you, I mean, you guys make incredible burgers.
Yeah, I think. Well, quality is part of it. Maintaining the quality, it's another thing too. And yes, I do know what it is, and I feel that like us, like my business partners, me included, and our employees, they all put like a lot of work and dedication, and I think that's what it was, like resilience, like we were just like really like try to be on top of everything, and it's like this is our life now, and this is kind of like my house. Like we have to fix this, we have to address this, we have to take executive decisions about things.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was. Maybe like I said, product, like the product, it was good, and then we were just like stoked about the product, and it was like a major driver too. Like, yeah, man, we got something going. Let's keep this thing going.
Yeah. And you've got major buy-in from the folks who work for you too, right? Like they all really respect what you guys have built.
Everybody eats a burger every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I eat burgers every day. I never thought that I would be eating burgers every day, but I haven't. I'm still not sick of it, man. Like I still eat burgers every day.
They're so good, dude. I mean, we're a huge fan here. We all love Hayes Burgers. So let's talk about the hair.
All right, let's do hair, man.
When did you start growing the hair out?
So it was in 2019, like October of 2019. It was like just right before like COVID. I just thought like, because I've always had kind of like long hair.
Yeah.
Like short, but kind of like longish, like not like not to this
hair?
length that it's right now, and I just thought, you know what, for the first time in my life, I'm just not gonna cut my hair. I'm just not gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna go and not get my hair cut, just hang out and see what happens. And then I realized that people like long hair a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like I was getting compliments about my hair, and I was like, "Oh no shit!" Like people really dig my curls.
Yeah,
I didn't know that I was this curly.
Yeah,
until it started growing. Along and I learned a lot about hair actually by you.
Sure.
Because
yeah.
I was really going about my life not knowing about brushing. I would just do like regular like shampoo, and.
Yeah.
Like the $2 Suave thing, like.
But we've hooked you up with a couple.
Yeah,
of
no, you guys hooked me up with.
Yeah.
It's great stuff, man.
Yeah,
it makes my hair smells nice, and then, dude, people like notice that,
Yeah, when you take care of the hair, dude.
You gotta take care of the hair, man.
Yeah.
The hair is important,
especially when you're surfing.
It just became one of my talking points now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, like I see a guy and he's like, dude, you know what, dude, you should put like product on your hair. Man.
Oh,
you should brush it. Yeah, now I'm that guy,
guys.
You're that guy.
Now I'm that dude.
We love it.
Yeah.
We love to see it, dude. So you made a conscious decision.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
growing
like,
out my hair.
I will go to like employees like, hey, what do you put on your hair? Because it's like we have like hair conversations.
It's a great icebreaker with the ladies too.
Oh, it is.
I love your hair. What do you use?
You did a great job, man.
Your curls. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And you were in a commercial recently.
Yeah, I don't know if it's out or if it's gonna come out.
Okay.
This is a sports betting company.
Yeah.
But my friend, he worked for the creative agency that.
Yeah. Carousel, right?
Yeah, they orchestrated the whole thing, and so I got invited to be like one of like the extras or what. Like, I had no idea what the whole show, like the whole thing was going to be about, and so I get to the shoot, and it's just there's a Lambo outside, a bunch of like babes in bikini, and I'm just there like, oh hi guys. I guess I'm the guy with the long hair or something.
Yeah.
And then they were doing like the briefing of how the whole shoot was gonna go, and they said like, so Ernesto right here, he's going to be like the protagonist of the whole commercial. Like,
this news to
shit.
Me.
Like, okay.
Okay.
And then and a funny thing, like there was a girl who would just like she will do your hair.
The stylist.
Yeah, the stylist, and she's like, damn, you got like nice hair and stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna keep rocking this shit,
Yeah.
Do you think the long hair was part of the reason why you got casted?
Maybe because I always like to make people laugh all the time. I'm always saying like dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Like whatever comes to my mind, and they kind of like my attitude. I guess the owners of the
agency.
Yeah, the agency, and I guess like my personality, like, oh, should I do this on the shoot? Should I do that? And they were like, yeah, go do that, do that,
do all of it.
and they like my personality, I guess, and I think that I think it was kind of cool, you know.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm directing myself.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we get guys comment all the time with issues that they suffer from having long hair. What are some of the most common issues you have with your hair?
Know when you have like a backpack or something and it gets stuck on the strap.
Oh yeah, dude.
When you pull your hair, like things that pull your hair.
Yep.
Also, I used to brush my hair from like all the way to like the top of your head down, and then I saw my friend Mikey who surfs, and he was just going like this, like, that's the way.
This is the way, dude.
Yeah.
Start from the bottom.
Yeah, and then that was like a thing. Also, sleeping sometimes. The buns, the hair buns, or like, dude, that sometimes I get like a little dreadlock in the back, and I gotta brush that. You know?
Yeah. How often do you brush?
I brush. I mean, I should be better because I have
Honestly.
like a really shitty brush right now, but it's like probably 3 times a week.
Okay, that's not bad. Well, we got something for you back there, right, Gar?
Oh.
Dude. We got some little...
We got
Hell
a
yeah,
brand
dude.
new,
Yeah, dude.
shiny Longhairs Continental, which is now broken.
Brand new still.
So this guy right here, yeah, you want to start from the bottom. I would say
right?
you're a curly-haired guy, so I wouldn't do this like daily or right before you're about to go out.
Uh-huh.
Big
But
note here.
because what's going to happen is that's a detangling brush. It's going to separate your curls. So it would be great for prior to your shower. So take it.
Gotcha.
Brush your hair out before you get in
See,
the
I'm
shower.
learning stuff right now.
Yeah. Because like during the on
Learning
normal
never
days,
stops.
on normal days when you don't wash your hair and you just like wake up, all you want to do is finger comb it because you don't want your hair to end. You don't want to end up with an afro, right? You want your curls to be still defined and kind of like, you know, cling to each other.
Yeah.
So I would say use that brush before you get in the shower when you're going to wash your hair. Wash it, you know, shampoo it, condition it, and then when you get out of the shower, just, you know, towel dry it and then finger comb.
Gotcha.
Don't use the brush after the shower, but finger comb through your hair. And I think you have some leave-in conditioner from us too, right? Put some of that stuff in, finger comb it through, but I would say only brush, like do a full brush out where you're going to go from the bottom all the way to the top and then brush out all the dead hair and shit prior to a shower.
Yeah.
And then in between your showers, just finger comb, you know.
Yeah.
In the mornings would be super helpful because I imagine your hair gets probably pretty tangled at night.
Yeah, man. I like to sleep on my couch a lot.
And
that creates like a bunch of like crazy like hair, like just like the side of my like the side of my hair just like all like tangled and stuff. And then I just walk outside the home, like I just all right,
or put it up in a ponytail or something, throw a hat on.
I feel just like I feel like also like you're not even brushing it, but I feel sometimes like it looks cool your hair where you just don't touch it, just like however I woke up and, it looks kind of cool too sometimes. Like I will have like hair sticking out like on the side like this and like that, like
screw it,
you know.
Yeah.
And the people, but your hair is really nice.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Some of us are lucky, man. So you're planning on keeping that hair for a while, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I guess if I end up cutting it, I'll probably donate it or do something like that.
Oh, speaking of donations, huh? So we got something for him?
That does take us to the next point. If you're ready by next March to donate your hair, we have the Great Cut. I don't know how much I've told you about the Great Cut.
Yeah, you told me about it before, yeah.
So we broke the world record for the most pounds of hair donated in 24
that's
hours
crazy, man.
back in 2019.
Better believe it.
So we're doing it again 5 years later to the day, March 16th, 2024 at the Broadway Pier here in San Diego. And if you're ready by that time to give the chop, I'm going to be buzzing my head. So I'm going to go down to like a 2 that day.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I don't think you haven't known me with short hair.
No, I've always known you with like the really long hair.
Yeah. So we're all going to be
You're doing it this next March?
This next March, yeah, 1 year from now.
Damn. How long did it take you to like grow that long?
This is probably 4 years now. I think I started in 2018. I started growing in 2018 or early 2019. But yeah, I'm kind of ready to have short hair again for a second.
Oh, dude, like it's gonna imagine just like if showering is gonna be way faster.
Oh
dude,
yeah,
I can't wait. No,
I mean, I kind of look forward like when I take a shower. All right, I'm gonna treat my hair. You know,
yeah,
like,
it is.
I'm gonna
nice.
put those nice products, and I'm gonna come out. And I'm gonna smell nice. You know.
Yep.
it's also cool too. You know, like having long hair. You come out of the ocean after you're done surfing. The hair's like looking sick.
Yeah, I know. Like
Yeah.
like ocean
The babes
water.
walking by,
like
you're
the-
like, hey,
yeah.
what's up?
it gives it like a nice texture. I like how it feels too. You
Yeah.
know. But you also guys have that product, right? The
Sea salt spray.
sea salt spray. Yeah.
It kinda
I've used
emulates-
that. Yeah, it's nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It emulates the qualities of the ocean, the way it makes your hair kind of curl up a little more as it dries. I love that stuff. I use it to kind of because I have really straight hair.
Yeah.
It'll put waves in my hair because I'll get in, I'll get out of the shower, I'll put the leave-in conditioner first
Yeah.
to make sure I'm like hydrated, and then I'll give a good spray of the sea salt spray, and then like put it up in a loose like top knot, twist it up on the top of my head,
Yeah.
leave it, let it kind of dry out, and then when I pull it all out, it all has like these sort of like really gentle waves.
If
Yeah.
you want to know
Love.
more, check out Elefante's hair routine.
Yeah,
He
check,
goes
I
deep
have
into that.
I have a hair routine on YouTube. Just search
No
how
way.
to optimize your hair care routine.
That's cool.
And it's really for guys with straight hair like mine, because I'm a guy with straight hair. It's like my straight hair routine. But yeah, check it out. We'll link it in the description, actually.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'd love to see you at the Great Cut, whether you're going to cut your hair and donate it or not. It's
I mean, it's a
rad
good
event.
cause, you know, if you think about it.
It's a great cause.
Yeah, but I still kind of want to rock. Maybe not the next March, but
The next one.
maybe the next one. Yeah,
Grow it out for another 5 years. It'll be down to your belt by
Belly,
then.
dude.
probably.
Dude, it'd be so epic.
I think it will be really sick.
So epic.
I'm gonna have like the death metal, like kind of like fan look. You know.
You just got to make sure you keep the dreads out of it.
I know. I gotta get better at that, dude.
Hey, bro, you could probably sponsor the 2024 one. Hayes Burgers.
Hayes
Well,
Burger,
it could.
sponsor of the Great Cut.
Yeah.
It could.
We
Yeah,
will
it
need
could
some
be
We
too.
will need some food vendors
Need
for
some food
sure.
vendors, man.
Yeah.
We're trying to double our attendees, which I believe was in the 15 to 1600.
Yes.
That's a lot of
That
people.
nature, yeah.
We're trying to double it, so about 3,000 people we're hoping will show up, and tickets will go on sale in the next probably 3-4 months at thegreatcut.us. If you guys want any more information, head over there. You can sign up to be an attendee. You can sign up to be a volunteer hair cutter. You can sign up to donate your hair. You can sign up to be a performer if you're in a band or you perform in some way. All that stuff at thegreatcut.us. Sign up now. Stay informed.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Well, I think that about covers it
Oh yeah.
for this episode.
All right.
Give us some
a
shameless.
hang.
Give us some shameless plugs. Where can they get some great burgers? Where can they see more of your work?
All right. So if you guys want to try a really good burger with cool people making them, you should definitely go to Hayes Burger in Barrio Logan. We're adjacent to the Chicano Park. Feel free to stop by, check out the art that's inside. Also, like a bunch of the arts, like from the employees, you know, like
Cool.
Can't miss it.
yeah, support. And if you guys want to see cool art, check out my Instagram, which is LE_Stankley. I can't remember even what it was.
Stankley.
Stankley, yes.
Stankley. LE. Let's look it up real quick.
Yeah, it's LE_Stank STANK_LEE.
There you
Yes, I think that's the one. Yeah.
There it
like
is.
that.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah, that's
just-
mostly where I
Stank
where I
Lee.
where I upload all my stuff. I don't know, man. Like I get tired like from Instagram sometimes, but
it's hard to keep up with,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah, I know.
But yeah, hit up LE_Stank_Lee and give Neto a follow. His work is insane.
Try to make it really hard to find.
And before
Yeah.
we go, I want to remind you guys to check out Quick Tips. We'll have a link in the description. Everything you guys need to know about caring for your hair. It's free, so sign up. And yeah, that's
pretty much it, huh?
pretty much it. Neto, thanks for being here, dude.
No, thank you guys for the invite.
Great time, dude. Hang.
Oh, I had fun, man, and I gotta A new brush.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Make
Well,
it continental.
until next time, boys. Keep letting it ride.
All right, guys.
See ya.